We're back on a Saturday morning with a personal look at former President George H.W. Bush from someone who knew him best, his granddaughter, Jenna Bush Hager.
Jenna is, of course, our colleague here at NBC News. A few years ago, she sat down with her father and former President George W. Bush and her grandfather to look at a look at these men that's rarely been seen.
First and foremost, he was a great father.
It is the part of a president's story best told by his son.
I mean, the man had enormous success in life, but those successes are meager compared to the success of being a, fabulous husband and great father.
With a glimpse into the life of my grandfather, beyond the world stage and what the public knows of him. Before he entered politics, he and my grandmother were busy raising their kids.
Dad, growing up, what type of father was Gampy?
Well, he set the boundaries, but he was never one that tried to impose his will on us. Because of the way he raised all of us, we admired him greatly.
So when you were raising your kids, what type of things did you want for them?
Wanted all the best. I wanted them to feel there was no horizons. They could reach for the stars, accomplish stuff, and sure enough, they have.
And history will tell that story. My father had a front row seat working throughout my grandfather's campaigns.
So help me God.
He says now the hardest part of politics is watching the spotlight shine harshly on those you love.
Dad, when you watched as he was a president, you would turn on the television to hear critics talk about him.
Yeah. It made me angry, and I wasn't disciplined enough not to watch television. When I became president, I was disciplined enough to ignore all the noise. But when he was president and people criticized him, I didn't like it. But it helped thicken my hide for when I became president, because criticism of my dad was a heck of a lot more difficult for me to handle than criticism of me.
What about you, though, Gamps, when you heard people?
Same thing. I did not like it. I knew by then that it goes with the territory, but it's your own son. It's hard to take.
Dad, when in 1992, when Gampy lost.
Yeah. It was an unhappy moment. It took an extraordinary series of events to defeat him, though. But we all, of course, fed off of his graciousness in defeat.
It is a lesson in grace and fortitude.
It didn't work out quite the way we wanted it.
My grandfather has never been bitter, never resentful, and years later, a most unlikely friendship developed.
Bill Clinton now views Dad as a father figure, which is one of the great ironies. Not ironies, one of the great lessons of life.
And he also doesn't hold grudges, as you said. So, Gampy, Bill Clinton's become a good
friend, yeah. That's right.
Some people that would be surprised by that.
I think they are. But Bubba, he's a good man. I like him.
Throughout it all, my grandfather has always put family first. He has been there for us throughout the most important moments, and the frivolous ones, too.
Do you remember the time when you were preparing for the 1988 debates with Michael Dukakis, and the day before the debate, Barbara couldn't find Spiky, the dog?
Oh, yeah.
And so Gampy, rather than, be quiet, little girl, and go to your room, leads the search for Spiky, the stuffed dog.
It was pretty remarkable that you were babysitting us the night before the debate anyway.
Yeah.
Where were you? Out to dinner?
I was preparing for the debate. No, I don't know where I was. Good news is they found Spiky.
Even during his busiest days in the White House or on the campaign trail, he was always simply Gampy to us.
I don't know if you remember in 1984 when you came to Midland, Texas, and Jenna came on the stage and kept lifting up her skirt in front of the crowd, drawing attention to yourself. Yeah.
That was 4.
But you did put on quite a show, though. And Dad, of course, was very tolerant.
You were tolerant, Gamps. You were a great grandfather. You are a great grandfather.
He's so sweet.
My grandfather considers serving his country his greatest privilege, his family the ultimate gift. And now my dad offers a loving tribute to his father.
A kind of question people ask all the time is, Who's the most influential president, or what, you know, and like, well, there's no contest. George H.W. Bush.
Would you say the same thing about him?
Unconditionally.
I've been good all morning, and then I get a little tear. I hear Jenna's voice. So I have to tell you, just yesterday, this time yesterday, Jenna and I were talking about our grandparents, and she was telling me how this is going to be a tough holiday because it's the first holiday without her grandmother, and now this. And look, her sister, her twin, just got married. They wanted him to be there. He was able to be there, and no matter how much, you know, you're prepared for it, you're just never really prepared. So love you, Jenna. We'll be right back after this.